welcome. This is the next episode of Ask Southern Belle. Now, most of the questions that I've gotten have been about the carnival season or about Mardi Gras because it is coming up. So I wanted to answer some of those questions in this video. So, Carnival is a season and Mardi Gras is a day. Kind of like Advent is a season and Christmas is a day, or Yuletide is a season and Christmas is a day. So the carnival season begins on Twelfth Night, which is January 6th, and it runs until Mardi Gras. Mardi Gras is the day before Ash Wednesday and 40 days before Easter. One of the special foods that we have during the carnival season are king cakes. This magazine shows a little bit of what they look like. This particular one has cinnamon inside, although most of them have fillings, and you usually have anywhere from 6 to 12 different flavors. There are some fancy bakeries and grocery stores that will even go up to 18. But they are not an exotic food. You can walk into any grocery store and any Walmart, and there is a display of them in the front. The fillings range from fruit flavors, such as strawberry and apple, to creamy fillings, like cream cheese or Bavarian cream, as well as chocolate, caramel, and lots of specialty flavors as well. Some of y'all have asked about Mardi Gras beads. Now, spoiler alert, I have not been to any parades since before the pandemic. But even before the pandemic, beads have gotten very elaborate. Many of them are strung, a lot of them are light up, but all of these were caught before the pandemic. Also, let me say that there is this myth that Mardi Gras parades take place in the French Quarter. They don't. Why? Is it just because of all the drinking and such? It's partially because of that, but literally the architecture and setup of the streets do not allow for it. Mardi Gras beads are usually 2-decker floats, and they are super wide. The narrow streets of the French Quarter would not allow for these big and tall and wide floats to pass through. So there are all of these myths that women are showing off pieces of their anatomy to get beads. That is absolutely not true at parades. At parades, you see kids, you see grannies, and all you have to do is flash a smile or just hold up your hands and catch all of the throws that are raining down. Now, in the French Quarter, where there are no parades, that kind of stuff does happen because the only people who are throwing out beads are just some guys standing on some balcony. But when you go to actual Mardi Gras events, like parades, which are completely free, they're like parades anywhere else, where people just stand along the parade route, or you can buy tickets to stand in the elevated stadium-style seating of the reviewing stands. And you get way more there, plus you have the convenience of a place to sit down and bathrooms. So therefore, when you're going to an actual parade, you don't have to show anything because all of the riders of the floats, which usually there are anywhere from 10 to 20 per side, per deck, are throwing out tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of items of merchandise. So, would you like to see what some of the beads look like? So, I'm going to show you a few of the ones that I kept. These are strung beads. You'll see they're purple, green, and gold. Purple, green, and gold are the official Mardi Gras colors. Most Mardi Gras beads are about waist length. They are one super long necklace. That way it's easy to get on and you just throw it on over your head. There are some super long ones that will even go down to your knees, which make it hard for kids and shorter people to walk. But they are all long. And just look at the beauty of these strung beads. These would be great for crafting as well. Let me show you some of the other styles. Here's another one, and it has these kind of barrel beads. Now, these are not glass. These are plastic beads, but they have a beautiful glaze and kind of an iridescence to them. Now, you're probably wondering, do you only get necklaces, or do they make other jewelry that they throw out? They make other jewelry. This is a Mardi Gras bracelet. It's a stretch bracelet, and it is one of the throws. As you get them, you end up filling up all of your wrists until from your elbow to about your wrist, from your elbow to your wrist. And after that, you just stop, you sit down, you take a break. Because when you feel like you have enough or too much, you just let somebody else catch things. But there's lots of styles. Look at this style of bead. Once again, all Mardi Gras bracelets are stretchy so that you can just throw it on and keep catching. Because if you don't keep catching, it's going to inadvertently hit you in the face or the head or the arm. So as things are being hurled to you just for waving to them or flashing a smile, therefore you want to catch what's being thrown your way because it could be painful otherwise. Would you like to see a few more? These beads are beautiful and faceted. It almost looks like pink or red in the camera, but it's kind of a purpley color. And just look at the facets. Beautiful. I will say something else about the throws. It seems like the nicer, fancier beads get thrown to older ladies. I don't know if they just think that they'll be crafty purposes or that they deserve something nicer for age, but it seems like the cheaper stuff gets thrown to kids because, you know, they don't care. They're happy to catch anything. And the nicer, fancier beads seem to be thrown to the older people because I noticed that my mother would get those beads when she was still able to go to parades. And as I got older, I noticed the beads were fancier. Now, I'm not sure what you call these that are kind of stacked and interlocked, but super pretty. And I'm not sure if you can tell the iridescence of these white ones. But a few more. Did you think that all Mardi Gras beads were purple, green, and gold? Well, that is the signature color of Mardi Gras. But every individual parade, which is run by a parade groups are called crews, Krewe. They have their own signature colors. Now, most of them will pick purple, green, and gold, or some colors in there. This particular one was thrown from a parade called Endymion. And let me show you these cute little babies. And you're saying, why are you showing us little baby pieces of plastic? Well, the reason is these babies are what is inside king cakes. And the reason king cakes are a Mardi Gras food that you eat for breakfast and you eat for lunch and snack while you're at the parade routes, it's also a food you eat all during Carnival. Most schools will have either one day a week where they have what's called a king cake party, or some schools have them every single day for that classroom. Same way with work. Some offices have it once a week, some have it every single day. Whoever finds this baby hidden inside their piece of king cake has to give the next party, or when it's at school or work, it really means that they just have to bring the cake in the next day. Because cakes are costly, so this way you can be assured that it's the person who finds it that has the expense of the next cake. So this is what a little baby looks like. Let's talk about some of the symbols of Carnival. One of the symbols of Carnival is the Fleur de Lis. Another symbol of Carnival is the tiara. All Mardi Gras parades have a king, a queen. Then they have a court, which they call maids and dukes. And this is from a particular parade called Rex, which is known as the king of all parades. And it is a parade specifically on Mardi Gras. Here is another beautiful necklace. Some of the beads are cut to look like rosettes, but it's got a beautiful mask hanging from it. almost looks like a piece of artwork. The mask is another symbol of Mardi Gras because when the original Mardi Gras balls started, they were called a bal masque, meaning a masked ball or masquerade. They did not wear costumes. They wore a mask with a ball gown, and some still do. Here is a classic Fleur de Lis in the classic Mardi Gras colors. You'll see it has a plainer chain, but it's an interwoven beading of purple, green, and gold. Our local sports team, which is called the New Orleans Saints, also uses the Fleur de Lis as their icon, but you can always tell when it's a saint item because rather than just being gold, you can tell it's black and gold. And you can tell when it's for Mardi Gras because it's purple, green, and gold. Sometimes pearls are used with the purple, green, and gold beading. It just makes it, in my opinion, a little bit more elegant. This is one of my favorite necklaces. Beads come in all shapes and sizes. Look how huge each of these beads are. Here's another Mardi Gras necklace. In addition to the purple, green, and gold, you will see that it has some resin molded magnolias, which make it extra special. And last but not least, let me show you this pretty necklace. It's got not one, not two, but three of these porcelain masks on them. Let me see if I can give you a close-up of them. This is what the back looks like. Really, you could probably repurpose it into some kind of jewelry or brooch, but I've kept it just as a means of showing you how beautiful and exotic Mardi Gras beads can be. Sometimes Mardi Gras beads get a bad rap as being cheap or not artistic, but as the years have gone by, they have gotten better and fancier. I probably should have kept some of the light-up ones to show you, but usually kids like those, so I tend to just give those away. These are a few that I've kept and collected just because I thought that they were elegant and worthy of being saved and that, some kid wouldn't necessarily appreciate them. But do they only throw bracelets and necklaces? No, 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 no. Let me tell you that this is the absolute tip of the iceberg. They throw a ton of other stuff. Everything from doubloon coins to all manners of cups and mugs, tons of plush, as well as lots of toys, and every parade has specialty items. So, and you're saying, what do you mean by specialty items? Well, it all depends on the logo and the purpose of the crew. If it's an all-women's crew, such as Muses, or Nyx, or Iris, then they will throw items geared towards women. If it is a crew that is all about children, they tend to throw more toys geared towards children. And every year, every crew comes up with brand new items, brand new throws to keep the people coming out to get the newest, latest, and greatest best thing. And during the carnival season, going to parades is great free family entertainment. So you go to school, you come home, you get a snack, you pack the ice chests and coolers, you get your homework done, and then you head out to the parade route. And then you watch the parade, and on the way home, you fall asleep in the back of your parents' car, truck, station wagon, van, whatever it is they're driving. And there are parades for every night the last 2 weeks of the carnival season. And it is not just one parade per night. No, no, no. It's a whole lineup. Just like TV has a lineup of show after show after show, parades too have lineups of one after another after another. So you're guaranteed to see at least 2. Most of the time it's 3. Sometimes it's 4. And on Saturdays and Sundays, there are parades in the morning, parades in the afternoon, and parades at night. So it's a whole day of family fun. Well, thank you so much for listening to these carnival memories, for taking a look at pictures of some of our carnival foods, and for taking a look at some of the Mardi Gras beads that I have kept over the years so that you could see how fancy and fabulous they can sometimes be. So, laissez bon temps, roulez! Let the good times roll. Roll in your life, roll in your heart, roll in your soul. Roll on and on and on.